In this video, we're going to show you how to replace your outer tie rod end on your Ford Explorer. The process for this is the same for the passenger side. I'm going to go ahead and use our pry tool and pop off our center cap here. Using our 19mm socket, we're going to loosen and remove the lug nuts. Here, remove the wheel and set it aside. We're going to remove our cotter pin out of our lower ball joint here. What we're trying to do is move the little tabs on the cotter pin into position so we can go ahead and pull this out. Take some cutters. We want to grab the front side here. Try and work this out. Use our pick here to try and get inside the loop and work that cotter pin out like so. Let's see if we can pinch and pull this out. Using our 22mm socket, we're going to go ahead and remove this nut. Now that we have the nut off, I'm going to use a hammer and I'm going to strike the front side of the knuckle while applying upward pressure to release this. I'm going to push that back into place. We're going to go ahead and loosen our jam nut. Something like this you want to soak with some rust penetrant. And grab the inner tie rod here. Secure this and just work this nut back and forth. You can release that. I'm going to pop the tie rod out. I want to go ahead and spin this off of our inner tie rod. We're going to count the amount of revolutions it takes to unscrew it off of the inner tie rod. Roughly 22 times. I'm going to use a crayon and I'm going to mark that. So remember how many times it takes to thread that on. Apply some anti-seize compound to the threads. Spin on your outer tie rod, 22 turns. Put that jam nut into position. Going to turn the other wheel to bring that in a little bit. Install this into your knuckle and install the nut. tighten down our jam nut. Torque our calcium nut to 65 foot-pounds. I want to pay attention to the port here for the cotter pin. I want to make sure we can see through this. There should be a notch in the cotter pin or in the castle nut for our cotter pin to go through. Now, if you can't get the cotter pin into the ball joint here because the nut is not lined up enough with that notch, you simply want to tighten it to the point where there is your first availability of that notch there. Never want to loosen this nut after it's been torqued. I'm going to feed this through. I'm going to put it through the other way so you can see it coming through here. I'm going to take my cutters here, grab the long tab, bend that down, tap it up, snip off the excess, and snip off the excess here. After finishing this installation, it's important to have an alignment done on your vehicle. Go ahead and install your wheel. I'm going to install our lug nuts. Once we have all these on, we're going to go ahead and snug those down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.